The friend zone is something that every single person with an internet connection has heard about. If you go online, you'll find tons of dudes on the internet complaining about how girls only like assholes. And nice guys always get thrown into the friend zone and left behind. I mean, Jesus Christ, if you look up the word friend zone, you can even find subreddits of guys talking about how much they hate their lives because they can't get girls to like them, and they always get stuck in the friend zone, and it becomes this huge fucking ridiculous circle jerk. And the worst part is that half the stories are some bullshit like this.
I met this girl and I really like her, but I was too scared to do anything, so I never told her, and now it's been 4 years and we've just been friends. How do I tell her I like her?
Okay, if you're in the friend zone and you're consistently in the friend zone, what that really means is that you don't know how to be man to woman with a girl. Man to woman is a nerdy pickup artist term, but it's actually useful here because it basically means that the conversation is sexually or romantically charged. If you're in the friend zone, it's because you don't know how to effectively have a romantically charged conversation with a girl. Guys avoid being man to woman or steering the conversation into a romantic way out of fucking fear. Because they don't want to lose, meaning they don't want to take the risk and show the girl they're romantically interested because they're afraid of the girl rejecting them. So by being nice, not being polarized, and playing it safe, they prevent themselves from losing and being rejected. But the reality is, if you like a girl and you don't date her, then you've lost entirely. Be willing to take the risk and communicate to the girl that you're interested in her. Otherwise, you're wasting your fucking time. If you're in the friend zone, it's your fault, unless, of course, you make your intentions known from the start and do everything right. She's just not into you, which does occasionally happen from time to time. Well, not me, but, from time to time. In which case, you're still better off than wasting months of your life just being friends, and the only action you get with her is hearing her get banged out by Brad from her math class while you fold her fucking laundry. The friend zone is really just a pussy-ass excuse that guys use to complain and put the blame on the girl, when the reality is that they did a shitty job communicating to the girl that they liked her. Hey, do you want to have sex? I can't tell, you're too much of a pussy. Oh yeah, that's what they're thinking. How can you play it safe and be totally non-sexual or romantic with a girl, and then confess to the girl that you've liked her and have been chasing her in your mind for the past 2 years, but we're too much of a pussy to do anything about it? Oh yeah, that'll spin her skirt right off. Give me a break. I'm sorry, I'm just getting really passionate about this shit. What you need to do is decide when you meet the girl within the first 2 interactions if you want to be romantically involved with her. Then treat her accordingly. This way, you don't get stuck in the friend zone to begin with. Not getting into the friend zone to begin with is the best way to avoid the friend zone. It's like dog shit. You know what it is. Why the fuck are you stepping in it? Now, a really common reason I see guys get thrown into the friend zone is because you don't know how to communicate your sexual value to her. Therefore, she only sees your value as a friend or non-romantic partner. You never want to be an NRP, man. No fucking way. Non-romantic partner? Jesus Christ. You might as well just trade footwear tips. If you never try touching or physically escalating on a girl by holding her hand or putting your arm around her and so on, she'll never think of you as much more than just a friend and won't see your romantic value. The easiest way to show other girls that you have a sexual or romantic value is to be a high-value guy to begin with. You can do this by talking to other girls and having other girls as an example of your sexual worth and value. Humans are social creatures, so they use shortcuts to judge other people by how others judge them. If other girls like you, she'll assume you have high romantic value because other girls think you do. It's like Supreme. Everybody camps out and stands in line and kills each other over that shit because of all the hype around it, when in reality, it's the same as any other cotton shirt. Now, I've done 2 whole videos on how to get out of the friend zone, which I'll have linked on screen at the end, but I'll cover it again here and include some points that those other videos didn't touch upon. To escape the friend zone, you need to be moved from the friend category to the potential boyfriend category, and to do this, you need to create a radical shift in her perception of you. I recommend doing this by cutting contact with her for a while, so then, when you reconnect, you can introduce those romantically charged man-to-woman elements into your interactions with her. The friend zone comes with too much availability and lack of scarcity. When you're too readily available to the girl, there's no urgency for her to date you or to even see you. Without the urgency, there's no attraction and no sexual tension. That sense of urgency is absolutely crucial in creating sexual attraction and desire, so keep that in mind anytime you have interactions with a girl. If you want to watch my 2 videos on the friend zone, I'll have those linked on the screen now. And if you want to get access to screenshots of my actual Tinder conversations and a breakdown of how I send the perfect first message on Tinder, Then go ahead and sign up for my email list below, and I'll immediately be sending you an email breaking down my strategy in depth for free. Till then, say no to the friend zone. I mean, every chick's got a little brother figure, and you don't want to be that. Zeus out.